Do you know what timeshares are?
Do you know what timeshares are?
Yeah, I do.
Because I don't think you did.
No, I didn't.
You did not know.
But I do now. And I really, really am excited to share with you what that experience was like, because
it was terrible.
It was soul crushing.
You guys want to hear about this, okay? Andy roped me into going on a timeshare meeting nightmare.
For the show. So that we could investigate for you what tactics they used to try and get you.
You say it was for the show, but is that really how it started?
I've never been on a cruise. Can you blame? You've never been to a meeting.
I hadn't been to one, but I knew it was going to be terrible. And believe me, guys, it was.
It really was. Even though we went in knowing we were there for information. We were there for the experience, the adventure, the free vacation and cruise. It was a selfless endeavor. Gather information and research in order to know, exactly what not to fall for,
We're going to talk about how Andy got roped into...
And both of us. You joined me.
I did this for you.
Aww.
I know, I'm a nice guy.
He's so nice.
We're going to talk about all of the soul-crushing, manipulative tactics that timeshare salespeople use to manipulate their customers into buying. And guys, you are not going to want to miss this. I'm Josh Johnson.
And it's Andy.
And this is the perfect time. So this is how it all started. Andy.
Don't look at me like that.
Okay, well then
I
I'll
wanted
tell
a free
everybody.
Vacation.
She was at Six Flags Magic Mountain, right? Okay,
Yeah.
You're in line for Superman or Goliath or something, okay?
Goliath.
You have your popcorn, and then some guy comes up to
It's
you.
my first time in Six Flags.
I wasn't there, okay? I'm just hearing stories, okay? She's in line, she has her popcorn in one hand, her churros in the other hand. Then some guy walks up to her and says, hey, psst, hey, psst.
He didn't say psst.
You want a free cruise?
Oh, this is more interesting.
You want a free cruise? Come in my van.
So I was with my friend Mal. We're walking along, and this guy calls out to us from a booth.
He goes, psst, hey.
Yeah.
You want a free cruise?
Were you there? It's like I'm reliving that moment.
I just know this is how these things happen.
Yeah. And he goes, hey, you guys sound like a really beautiful couple.
That's exactly what I just did. Hey, hey, you're a beautiful couple. You want a free cruise?
Yeah. And both Mao and I went, oh no, we're not a couple. So he said, oh, okay, well, never mind. But that made me curious. So I was like, wait, but why?
Why? Do we look that good together?
No. I just said, why do you ask, right? Because I knew he needed something if he was saying that compliment, right? And so we go up to him, and he shows us his pamphlet. He's like, oh, well, there's, you just have to go to this meeting, and you can go on one of these free vacations. It's all paid for. This is how people finance their vacations every year. And
sounds great.
I was waiting in line. I had time to listen to information, and I'm always curious, so I wanted to investigate. And in my investigation, I was promised that I just had to sit through 2 hours of something, and I've never been on a cruise. And one of the options in the pamphlet was that you could go on a 1-week cruise to the Bahamas. And so I thought, okay. And he said, oh, but you have to have a boyfriend. You have to have a partner. And I was like,
oh, that old thing.
Oh,
Small
yeah.
detail.
And I said, well, he's not, Mao, because we'd already said we weren't together. I'm like, well, we're just friends, but like I could tell my boyfriend, and then I'm thinking like, who can I force to be my boyfriend for a day? And then it dawned on me later on, and I was like, Josh!
Oh, Josh, everyone!
Yes.
How would you like to go investigate timeshares with me?
And that's how I got roped into this whole scenario. All right, guys, we are here at, I don't know, some timeshare place.
Josh and I painfully suffer through 5 hours? 4 or 5?
It was all day.
It was all day.
It was all day.
It was all day.
This was
4
not a
to
2-hour.
5
This was not a
hours.
2-hour tour. This is like Gilligan's Island, where they, promise them a nice sunny 2-hour tour.
And then it turns into a horror.
Things I do for my favorite co-host.
Ah, your only co-host. And we were off on our adventure.
If they're at this point still highly skeptical that there is actual cruise, but we're on our way to Escondido. We get there. Okay, we get to this. A nice, very nice
hotel-looking
resort. Golf course and that whole thing.
Hi, I have an appointment here at
Or do we?
And I'm just not sure where to go. We had to be a couple, so we planned this in advance. On the way there, we're like, all right, how long have we been together?
My fiance over here.
When did we get engaged?
The pool area was crowded. There were little ankle biters everywhere.
We're walking up to the lobby, and there's just like no room to go anywhere. There's just everywhere you see, there's just bodies of wet people. So this is the main entrance to the resort.
So we're in the wrong place.
No, we're at the right place. There's a preview center. That's where we're meant to go. We go
we're
up to the lobby,
down.
we sign in.
I just told us to wait here in the lobby, so
I think they heard you while we were on the line.
what's it saying? What did I say?
How I should pretend I'm pregnant.
Oh shit! Yeah, we sign in and we're
They
sitting
asked us
down.
for our address.
They did
right?
ask us for address,
And I very smartly put the same address, but you put in some random address, and I
she
couldn't read
copied
it.
me, and I added a fake address.
Safe there, Josh.
Maybe they'll bring a wheelchair out for you or something. This is probably.
I mean, we have to say we are pregnant.
yes, we both are.
And we had to make a minimum of, I think, $90K a year.
Yes, I believe you put down that you made 80 and I made 10.
That's right.
A very lovely woman walks up to us.
I
when
thought you
we're
were calling
sitting.
me lovely for a second.
A very lovely woman is right here. Another very lovely woman comes walking up and she says, Josh and Andy? Andy and Josh?
As if we were best friends.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, comes up. First thing she sees the camera that I had in my hand. This whole thing.
This whole thing.
You know.
And
My girlfriend over here just loves to get photos of herself. And I'm an Instagram husband.
Yes,
so,
I
you know.
actually did. You did say that. I forgot about that.
So I'm trying to cover up
Wow.
for the fact that I'm just here to get footage for the show. And then she escorts us to an upstairs little area, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we go to this long,
Huge room.
Oh, like almost cubicles, right? They're just
Cubicles.
walls.
Very
You have
stale feeling.
very stale feeling. Where
plastic.
you have the salesperson
Yeah.
and a couple of people.
Sometimes there were families.
Sometimes there are
sometimes there were
families, but
little
there was
kids.
always at least two people because that's the
Yeah.
prerequisite. Then she escorts us over to our table,
Yes.
our cubicle, right?
And I thought this was just kind of like an initial like testing of us of like, okay,
Are they really a couple?
Are they really, you know?
Okay,
I thought that's what it was
kiss.
going to be.
Yes, I want to see. Come
I
on.
was just like, I got really nervous. Like, I've never thought I was good at lying. And I don't
Oh,
really make it a
hey.
practice. We
Reset.
had prepped our characters.
We did. We
did.
practiced all the way there being a couple. Okay, so I have to pretend like I'm in a relationship with Andy, so I'm going to get into character right now. Let's go, honey. Come on, honey.
I need my ID.
Come on, honey. Let's get moving.
Can you open the trunk?
Yep.
Josh.
Typical woman.
This was the whole 2-hour car ride there.
Close.
All right, first tactic. What was it?
Okay, so we sit down with, we're not going to use her real name. Give her a name for us. We're not going to use her real name.
We're gonna call her Susie.
Lovely woman, okay? She started out as a Susie. She ended as a nurse. Now,
Yeah, she
here's the
did.
thing, okay?
Yeah.
Very lovely woman.
Yeah.
Probably works really hard at her job. We sit down, and the first thing that Ursula does is get to know us.
Yeah. She's
You know
Susie at this point, though.
Oh, she's Susie at this
She's
point.
a sweetie.
She's a sweetie.
Yeah.
Asking us about our life and our
Yeah.
couple, you know, and what do we do
Yeah.
together and what we like to do. And very importantly is she says to us, I'll never forget this, it's okay if you don't buy anything today.
We know that nobody comes here. You know, we know you're gonna get your gift. Using the word
God,
gift because
yeah.
it's giving. We're gonna chat a couple of hours about what these are,
2 hours and we're out
and we're out of here.
And I played the, I don't know about this boyfriend. I make $10,000 a year. I don't know if I can afford
honey,
this.
come on.
With that rapport built, she slips right into dream making,
Yeah.
right? Painting our dream picture.
We're going to talk about what you like, what you don't like.
She opened a pamphlet, or not a pamphlet, or just this logbook. She opened it.
It was a treasure trove of
checklists, and she said, "Where would you most like to go on your dream vacation?"
Oh,
And it was just like the pamphlet was listing so many different locations around the world, and is physically checking them off. Would you want to go to Costa Rica?
Costa Rica. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Spain. Oh, love Spain.
Spain.
France. Oui. And she's throwing up, well, what about Miami? Oh, yeah, okay. Why not?
Your dreams that you're thinking up, and she's actually walking us through.
Walking us through.
She was like, "Well, how often do you guys vacation?" And we looked at each other like,
Hey.
"Once a year."
She's painting a picture, right, about
And
all
you
these
can't
trips.
laugh. Can you imagine him sitting there at the table and he's
Yeah.
saying all this stuff, and I'm like,
Yeah. So she's writing a whole package together, right?
She is.
She's putting together
and
a whole
she's
package.
walking us through the dreams because we're not giving her much. So she's like, "What is your dream? What have you talked about?" And And we're like, well, no, not really. I mean, like, one day we'll get, and then she lectures us like, okay, but let's dream something together. Like she's walking us through like important. A coach. She gave you an example of how to speak. This is how I want you to respond. Yeah. I want to go to Spain and stay in a luxury hotel room with a balcony overseeing the landscape.
She wanted me to say it in her words, which was this flowery, dreamlike way. Exactly.
But it's in a way, I think what she was trying to do, and this is why this is a manipulation tactic number one, it's get you to go into a verbal contract with yourself and with her. Because when we speak things like that, dreams or visions in a visual way, in a very tangible way, it makes us feel like it's accessible to us.
There was a lot of verbal contract manipulation happening here.
Importantly, too, she was writing down notes on us. Like she was asking us questions, personal questions about us, our families, and I think it appeals to that same addiction that people have on taking quizzes, like online quizzes. It's so fun, like see which Hogwarts house you are.
As if she was making us this personalized profile that's going to be a package just for us.
Just for us.
Oh, you like to vacation. Oh, you have a mom and a dad? Oh, okay, got it. Oh, you work a lot. Okay.
She was so cool and relaxed. And then as soon as the package went out, I think she became more salesy. Alive. But salesy in a not obvious way. At least she wasn't.
Not yet.
Not yet. Like once we built rapport, then she started stepping more heavily into that role.
Yeah. And then this was a very important.
Oh, yes. I remember this moment.
I wrote this down immediately because this is where the first verbal contract really came. Yeah. That's where she says, "Do you like it?"
And we looked at each other like do we like what?
Do you like it?
So she puts together this dream.
And she didn't say anything. Yeah.
Nothing.
She puts together this dream thing.
Do
you like it?
Oh, yeah.
And then just radio silence at that point. What do you say to that?
Yeah, you still don't have any information on numbers, pricing,
none of that.
Exactly what timeshares are. It was just the dream. Yeah. Do you like it? It's like, no.
How do you say no to that?
And there was silence. I remember you didn't respond, and so I went, yeah, okay, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, oh crap, we already lost. So guys, this is a positive show, right? It's a perfect time. We did this, and we're talking about this not because we hate salespeople.
No.
We did this, okay, because we wanted to expose and prepare you guys in case you ever get into this situation where you feel like you want to die. You're going to be in a timeshare meeting, and you're going to feel like, if I don't buy this, something
I can never get out of here. It was good research on
sales tactics.
Manipulation, because sales tactics can also be positive, but sometimes they can be manipulative, and it's good to be prepared for either.
As prepared as we were, I've been in sales for a long time, okay? A long time. Okay? I don't believe in this kind of sales.
You're good about that.
Thank you. Thank you.
A lot of integrity.
Thank you. I believe if someone doesn't want to buy something, don't buy it.
Yeah.
I don't want you to have it. After the do you like it, right? We said yes.
We're sitting there, and we said, okay, well, pricing and how are we going to know more information? She said, someone will come later to give the prices because they change all the time. Yeah, all the time.
As if she's never done this before. She had no idea what the prices were.
She's only done it for 13
But somebody else is going to come and give us the prices.
Somebody else is going to come and give us the prices, and so, it's, I guess, packaged for us specifically. It's making it seem, which is not true, but it's making it seem like everything that we'd just gone through with her was going to play into our own unique offer. Importantly, she then started going into anecdotes about other people
that's when it got really dark.
So now we went from dreams and stories of us telling her our vision for the future, right? Now we're going into storytelling on her end of people who have made the mistake of going to one of these meetings and now buying in at the time.
And coming out empty-handed.
And then coming back years later when they're older and not as, young and excited about traveling, and the prices have gone up, and it's not
the regrets, right? She kept talking about people's regrets. And what I didn't like, okay, there's a lot of other people in the area, and she kind of does one of these. Hey, don't be like her. And she points to an older woman.
Oh my gosh.
Don't be like her. Oh.
Yeah, that was really tough. I had to work really hard not to react my face in that moment. Because what we had done is we got up from the table finally after 2 hours of this.
Go to the bathroom.
I did. I went to the bathroom like 4 times.
She grabbed some cheese snacks, I think.
Yeah, I did.
She got some string cheese.
I did.
Coffee.
I got free string cheese out of this whole experience. I didn't think of that.
She
And
got
coffee,
something.
and like a coffee this big because I needed it. But so we got up from the table and we went to see one of the units, the sample units that they had all dolled up with fake food and furniture and everything everywhere.
And you tried out the bathtub.
I tried.
Let's take a look at that.
This is big enough. This is good. And then you get like a bath bomb.
Yeah, there you go.
Crazy. It's not like California's going through a drought. I wanted it to look like we were really into it because I wanted.
You were into it.
No. While doing research, you gotta sort of play into it a little bit, like you're really interested, right? Because you don't want people to feel like you're not listening to them.
You were listening.
I was listening.
We were taking notes. I took a lot of notes.
Yeah.
We're like 3 hours into it.
We are because we're depleted, starting to deplete energy. I don't know about you. I was really depleted by this point.
Exhausted.
And I'm like, at this point we might as well have fun.
All right, so we go on the tour. Okay, we're riding around in her golf cart. She's zipping us around, talking, and we go back to the room. And then that's when it gets really, really dark. Okay, it gets that's when. If we weren't exhausted before, we just lost our souls. Okay, so at some point, the other woman shows up, okay? The other woman, the woman who has the right numbers, okay? So she comes over and she's all happy-go-lucky. Hi, guys! Yeah, telling us about this special offer that she has for us only today.
Only today.
These numbers are only good for today. They expire
tomorrow.
At 12 a.m.
No, seriously. And she did say, we legally have to tell you this offer will not be available to you ever again.
Ever again.
Ever.
The Department of Real Estate forces us to tell you that you cannot have this offer ever again as long as you live. It expires completely. You're going to sign something saying that you rejected this offer if you don't take this offer today. And this is,
wow,
thank really God we came on the right day, right?
I know, thank goodness. It was
because if we didn't get that offer today, guess what? It was like what, $12,000, right? What was the number?
It was
$15,000.
Yeah.
But if we came back tomorrow, guess how much it was?
$137,000.
$137,000. That was our buy-in. Now, granted, it was for more days, right? It was more points or whatever you call it.
There were more benefits.
But you have to buy them for $130 some odd thousand.
You'll never get this opportunity again. So then we're reaching the point of FOMO, right? Yeah. Next tactic. Fear of missing out.
FOMO.
That is a very human instinct is to want to be a part of things.
Oh, if I don't buy it today, I'm
a loser.
I'm a loser. I'll never get this again. Yeah. And I'm going to be like that sweet old lady over there who's waited too long. Regrets her entire life because of it. It's basically what she was saying, right?
Basically. I mean, am I wrong? That's exactly what she said. And then it was time for the video, right? For the movie.
The video.
The movie.
The movie.
You took some footage of that, right?
I did. Let's take a look at that footage.
Yeah. So we're basically putting back to back sad people and the monotony of everyday life.
Here we have
and
the sad, right?
Yeah.
The sad people over here.
Yeah. And the very happy vacationing people.
Happy vacation people over on this side.
And
there were no words. There was no plot.
Nothing. It was all visual.
There was no plot to the story.
It was all visual to make you feel miserable about normal life versus the life you get to have when you go on vacation.
That was the whole movie.
I was like, man, is this how people
sad life,
think?
Vacation life.
And let me actually speak to that because it really pissed me off.
Please speak to that.
You're gonna get to see Mad Andy for 1 second.
Mad Andy.
That really, really provoked me a little bit internally because I'm saying, are you telling people painting life in a way that's very monotonous for those people who have like 9-to-5 jobs or who work for a living essentially and have routines? She's painting these things that are already imbued in human nature in this very negative, terrible light in terms of, what work is and how soulless it can be and how your only escape is a vacation, how your only escape and your only chance at joy is a couple of times a year.
Your only chance at joy.
And the reason that this makes me angry or this makes me upset is because we already, I think, live in a society that is constantly advertising to us that we don't have enough, right? It's consumerism. It's a society that's telling us you need this in order to be happy. You don't have enough of this.
Preach, girl.
You know, no, but it's true. It's like we already have those signals everywhere. And now she's created a pattern. She's talked to us for hours. We're exhausted. Our brains are in a place where we're like, all right, we'll just listen to you so that we can leave. Yeah. And now she's targeting that sense of freedom that you can have internally if you choose to have it. But she's basically telling you no. And I just find that mentality and that working of the other person evil. Like, lack of a better word, I find it evil. I really do. I'm going to get off my soapbox in a second. But what I basically want to say with that is that I really believe that every day, at the start of the day, you can choose, set intentions, set goals, and you can choose to be happy every moment of every day. Once you're happy, more things come your way, and it's a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? But if you're telling yourself, I'm miserable until this vacation happens or until the future.
Andy's getting really riled up this morning. Folks.
It's true though. I feel like it's coffee. This time it's actually coffee. Sometimes it's water.
Red Bull vodka.
No, but seriously, what do you think? Because I do think.
I think you have PTSD from this experience.
I do. I really do. I do. It makes me so mad on so many levels. I really care about people being empowered.
Well, let me jump in for a minute because Andy is a great person. Okay,
no,
you do. No, you are. You care about people, and the truth is that experiencing sales tactics that are this slimy, okay, will make a good person very irate and a little scary to be around. Okay? It bothers her because she knows that this woman, this Ursula woman, is actually taking advantage of a lot of good people out there.
We were there looking intentionally at what tactics were going to be used against us or toward us.
And the sad part is there are actually people out there who
are
get
going
sucked
with an
into
open mind. Timeshares, apparently what I learned from this experience, if you want to actually learn a little bit about the numbers portion of it, is that you actually pay a fee every single year. Even though you pay the $15,000 to own this place, you pay about $1,200 a year on top of that, and that's contractual, right?
Like your HOA,
and it's almost impossible to get out of. So forever, I guess you're just paying the HOA, and then of course there's taxes and fees too if you want to go to specific locations. But going back to the tactics, I think the next one is power plays. Like usage of power words. You're an elite owner.
You don't own a property.
You own a fraction of that, essentially, travel company, if you will. So you're part of this elite
part of a club.
You know, what you use is, you can say, you're an owner of this resort abroad in Mexico. Tell your friends.
Tell your mom.
Yeah, you're just like,
I'm
a part owner of this club. Like, it just paints it like you have now made it to the top elite side of society, right? Because you're an owner of this club. It's trading power. Trading power is what you want to look for. Like, she's painting timeshares now from the impossible to get out of picture we painted at the beginning to trading power. You can trade for, instead of owning this one apartment, you can trade it for an experience in a hotel in France, right? And it includes like 200K hotels around the world.
Here I jump in and say, oh, okay, I'm trying to find ways to get out of it, just to get us out of there. Okay, well, I'd like to think about it, and maybe give it a week. This is the quote that she said, though, I'll never forget. What's going to be different next week?
Yeah. And basically told me that people who wait like this always remain that way, and that's how regrets are formed.
Guys, she's fuming over here. I can see the smoke coming out of her eyes.
I am. It feels like negative. I just need a second to just shake it off.
Shake it off, girl. Shake it off. Guys, I'm not kidding, though. It really, when we say it was soul depleting, okay, we're not kidding.
Okay, this was significant, guys.
This is very significant.
Because this was a whole body language reading, right? So she has our dream pamphlet with all the checked places we could go and all her notes on us.
There's our dreams all right in front of us.
Right, written down. Oh, but if it's not for you, it's not for you.
Oh, there goes our dreams.
There goes our dreams.
You remember the end of Titanic, okay?
Yeah.
When she just lets go of Leonardo DiCaprio and he just sinks down. Yeah, that's how I felt.
That was
right
us.
There goes our dreams.
There goes our dreams. Now this is where she started to turn in terms of her attitude
She is Ursula
toward
at this
us.
point, man.
At this
scowling.
Point, she's scowling. Like, she's starting to get really
Yeah,
annoyed
her face physically
at
was.
us. And this is where she kind of targeted our relationship,
Oh,
right?
boy.
Our fake relationship in this
Oh,
case.
yeah.
When couples stay together because they take vacations together, because this is where your true bonding moment happens. This is where you develop your memories. And she said, and the rate of divorce.
Oh my
Each other.
I have a quote.
Yeah.
Is she not worth $15,000?
Oh, yes! I remember that!
What do you do then?
And I felt so embarrassed in that moment. Like, for you. You're not even, like, you're my fake boyfriend.
She wanted to fake break up with me at that point.
Just dump you. We should have done that.
Yeah.
Guys, I failed you. I failed you.
fine.
That would have been hilarious.
It's okay. You have plenty of times to fake break up
Oh
with
my
me.
God. I think the moral of the story is that if you're going to get anything free, you're not getting anything free.
There's nothing for free.
The moral is also that if you have to offer someone prices and incentives to go somewhere, it's because it's not really
Worth it?
Worth it in the first place.
So after we said no to Ursula and no to her little clipboard friend, then they're done, right? She said, all right, we're out of here. We're done. But that's not it, okay? So the lady with the numbers comes back. So you guys ready to buy? Fresh face that we have another person now. Another happy face.
That we have to deny, which is another tactic
Yep.
because it's hard enough to do with one. We can't
I kind of hid
do it
behind
to-
Andy. I'm
did.
a terrible boyfriend,
You
I know, but I
slumped
can't
down.
do it. She hands us the paper, right? We have to physically sign our name saying that the Department of Real Estate knows that we rejected this offer that we will never, ever get again.
And this is probably the most important tactic
Yep.
of them all because we talked about verbal agreements, actually writing it down,
Yeah.
concrete something, right? We are used to signing contracts. We're used to, our name means a lot. They say psychologically people love the sound of their own name. Josh Johnson.
You go home and practice that.
But actually signing your name has an effect on us, like on a subconscious level. I will never get this opportunity again, and you have to sign your name.
God.
It's a big deal. I mean, it feels awful, and we weren't even there wanting a timeshare.
They're gone. Finally, they're out of there. Then we're just sitting there like, oh, we did it. Yeah. And then here I am sitting right here, and all of a sudden she goes, hey, buddy, I'm Dan the gift giver. How are you? I'm Dan the gifter. Big jolly man in a Hawaiian shirt.
Oh my gosh.
He looked like a Dan. Brand new energy, ready to just bring us back up again after 4 hours of dreaded misery.
Yeah.
Come on over here to the gift room. I'm going to give you your gift now. He's taking us through, asking us about our life, pointing to this and that on the wall. And like, wait a minute. We're what? This is all starting over again. Takes us into another room, a dreary room. This is the reject
way
room.
dreary. Oh, the lighting was like low
it was
and
low.
ominous. So we're in the dreary room.
Pops it down. All right, guys, good news. Guess what? If you guys act now, I can actually extend that offer that you guys heard earlier and give you an even better one that'll last you for 2 weeks, but you got to buy a vacation right now. What? We just signed away the offer.
We just signed
And
over.
it magically got back. If we just buy a very simple, cheap vacation to Vegas for the weekend, guess what?
It was like $300 or
Yeah,
something.
and then we get to get that $15,000 deal
Reduced
to
to
$12,000.
$12,000.
So because we said no, we saved $3,000, and we get an extra week to think about it.
Dan
what
the
just
gift
happened?
giver has some magic powers.
Dan the gift giver. He's like
Yeah.
Santa Claus coming in here giving us more time
Oh my
after we
gosh.
just signed away
Yes.
our once-in-a-lifetime offer.
At this point, we're literally zombies. I'm pretty sure he asked us a question,
Yeah.
and we were just both like,
No.
I think we just stared. I'm pretty sure the first question.
Yeah.
And then the second time he
Oh, this
asked,
is...
he goes, is this an opportunity you would consider? And we were both like,
All right, folks. Here's your gift. Slaps us down with an envelope for good for a free cruise. I'm out of here. Gives us
Yeah.
a slap and on his way.
I didn't even look at us in the eye. He was like over us.
All right, I'm out of here.
It was this insane, like I didn't even know Dan. I didn't even care about Dan that much. But suddenly I felt intense rejection
Yeah.
from someone. It was like when you've dated someone just for a couple of weeks and then they just ghost you, like that feeling.
Has that happened to you
No,
before?
never, but
You're-
please look at
but
me.
you Oh, her head's getting too big for the camera. You've heard from friends, right? You know.
I've heard from friends. Well, it
Yeah.
was just like I can imagine that's what this would feel.
We got rejected by the Scowls. We got rejected from Dan, and then all we have is this flimsy little piece of paper that says that we can possibly get a cruise somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere, and we have to mail it in.
Yeah, third
And then
party.
30 days later, they'll mail us back, and we have
boy.
to choose our dates in advance.
Guys, I am pleading with you, please. If you are,
That looks like praying.
I am praying
Praying.
for all of you. Okay, if you really want a timeshare, God bless you. Okay, just go get one. Okay, that's great. Good for you.
Yeah.
Okay, but if you just want a free cruise, okay,
Don't go.
just pay for the cruise.
Just pay for the cruise.
What are they, like $300? Just buy the cruise.
It'll be worth
The
it.
4, 5, 6 hours of your life that you will never get back is not worth the price
It's
of
not
the
worth
cruise.
the price. Your time is far more valuable than that. But
Your soul
your
is far
soul is
more
far
valuable than
But
that.
these are legitimate tactics that are used,
Yeah.
and they don't really care about you as a person, right? So it's important to be aware of them. It's important to set your boundaries.
It's important to be prepared when you go to Six Flags Magic Mountain when somebody comes up to you and says, hey,
Careful.
hey, you want a free cruise? Hey, come here, come in my van.
No, it was not. It's not how it happened. I know.
Use a finger too, like this. Hey, come here. What did we learn today? We learn anything today?
I have to say, despite the soul-crushing experience,
You had a great time being my girlfriend.
I don't know about that, but I did have a great time with my best friend.
Aw.
And we did get to go on an adventure
We did.
and explore and analyze. You know what I loved? I loved the times that she got up, which I think were like three.
All the times that she left.
We would huddle.
Yeah,
We would huddle at the table and we'd be like, what did you notice? And
Yeah.
we were like,
And you got to eat your string cheese too.
I got to eat my string cheese. I got lots of hot cocoa. What I learned from this experience is that saying of, you know, it doesn't matter what you do, but who you're with.
Aww.
I did learn that is true. You could even go to a soul-crushing timeshare meeting and have something good come out of it.
I love it. And you know, seriously though, Andy, you know what? I had a great time with you. It was a soul-crushing experience, but I'm glad I could do it with you. Okay, it was fun. I enjoyed
Wow.
being your fake boyfriend.
Oh.
And I'm gonna introduce you to my fake mother next.
Wow. Speaking of though, I do want to say, Josh, it was great while it lasted. But as your fake girlfriend, I think we need to go our separate ways.
Are you
Yeah.
fake breaking up with me?
I think that's what needs to happen. It was too traumatic an experience, and you know, Ursula did you basically said I wasn't worth 15K. So I'm sorry. I think this is the end. It's been fun. We can be friends though.
I just lost my first fake girlfriend.
Oh no! You know what though? It's okay. It's gonna be okay. We'll be friends. You know,
I've heard that before.
we can be fake friends and real friends. So Josh,
Yeah.
is it the perfect time to go on a vacation with your fake girlfriend?
It's as good a time as any.
No?
I need to say perfect time.
Oh,
I have to say perfect.
so Josh, is it the right time to go on an adventure with your best friend?
Aw, he gets the perfect time.
Oh.
Or your fake girlfriend, whatever. And scene.
Cause you're sweet like you